Alrighty, so we have Saturn retrograde from Father's Day, June 17th, until about like November. And basically, with Saturn retrograde, we have it forces us to throw off the old reality in a sense. It's about rebellion. It's about finding our own internalized authority versus all of these like consensus society conditioning factors that we all kind of like um, succumb to, because Saturn is the structure of our individuated consciousness in evolutionary astrology. So it's kind of like what we can easily be consciously aware of, the boundaries of how we are wanting to structure our world at any time, which is conditioned by society, uh, friends, family, like coworkers, all those things, right? So Saturn retrograde is actually a classic rebellion time period because we're throwing off the boundary of consciousness and opening ourselves to like the unconscious mind to like reevaluate these boundaries that we create. And also, when it goes retrograde, it points to Virgo to put your feet on the ground and to be practical, to do the work as we are finding out how we are in relationship to everyone else. And Neptune is also going to go retrograde soon on June 30th till about December. And that's going to further go into this unconscious conditioning beliefs that we have, and it's really gonna have us evaluate those things. I think it's important that Saturn and Pisces, like one of the things about it is it's popping the bubble to all these conspiracy theories, and not only that, I think it goes deeper than that because and I've made videos about this in the past with like the Andrew Tate people, the that dark side of the anti-establishment. It's interesting because they try to frame the argument in terms of, at least with Trump it was entertaining and fun, and now it's boring, and they want people to think that it's all just like a big show, that like the people at the top have all the power, and that like because this way people don't look at the actual issues, right? The actual details. And that's the thing that I feel like people are doing now, which I'm proud that they're doing, because it's Saturn in Pisces. Last time Saturn was in Pisces, we had the Rwandan genocide, and you know how that began. That began with people on their radio shows just like, and people relegating it to, it's just meaningful differences or whatever, and then it all of a sudden like expanded to something bigger, right? Like when they were seeing their own, like Hutus were seeing their own neighbors, Tutsis, as cockroaches. And like, that's the thing, like right now with the, whatever you think about like the media and like, what was the conspiracy theory, the cabal of like Jews or whatever. So the thing is, that's fine at a certain level, but then when the dangerous actual Nazis join forces, which I feel like has kind of happened, and you have I'll probably make some videos on this, so like just to show excerpts of what I'm talking about. But I was watching, for example, this Andrew Schultz comedy special, and like he talks about how boring Biden is and how nothing like interesting is going to happen now and stuff. And it's the framing that's important, because the Nazis did the same thing back in like in Hitler's time, in allowing these forces, they think that they act like they're just like us, right? And they're just comedians or whatever, right? And then it gets into something more dangerous. So anyways, my point in all this is that like, I feel that this will be an important time to evaluate those things about where we've been conditioned. We're all susceptible to it, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to say right now with regards to these two planets kind of stationing retrograde. And they're going to be important in our future, because in around 2026, February 2026 is when they conjoin in Aries, right? So it's important to watch their cycles kind of in the sense that, you know, Neptune is actually ending its 165-year cycle, so it's going to start a completely new cycle when it enters Aries, and that's kind of why things are breaking down in society, and you know, there's dangerous stuff like people succumbing to like these dangerous conspiracy theories and things, but always follow the money with those things anyways. But it's just, I think this is an important time in humanity with regards to these belief systems, because we all know people that have these crazy beliefs too, right? And we all have our own too, right? I'm just, all I'm saying is that it's important to like actually reflect on these beliefs, and that's why these planets go retrograde. I thank you for watching, and I wish you all a happy summer solstice.